Welcome to the Candidly Cozy podcast.
Grab your tea and let's get cozy. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the Candidly Cozy podcast. I'm Jolie.
And I'm Emily.
Yes. So, for our first episode, we wanted to talk more about ourselves so you guys get to know us.
Yes.
And, we want to talk about how we met, our backgrounds, and how this podcast came about.
Yep. And what you can expect from the podcast.
Definitely.
So let's get into it then.
Yes.
Let's talk about us.
Might as well. Yeah.
So we met in
high school. Crazy.
We've known each other for a very, very long time.
Yes. We look young. We're not going to say our ages yet, but
no one wants to talk about that.
But just know we've known each other for a long time. Yes.
We met in a time where a lot was happening in our lives.
Yes. We were teenagers, late teens, and at that age, you're figuring out a lot. It's like kind of rough, but yeah, that's where we met. And we just found out we met like in ninth grade. We didn't realize that.
We figured, we actually met in junior high.
Yeah, in ninth grade. So in our neighborhood, our high school is different, where junior high is 7th grade to 9th grade, and then high school is 10th grade to 12th grade. So we met in junior high, 9th grade.
Right before high school.
Yeah, and I just moved in the neighborhood in 9th grade. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, all this time, I thought we met in 10th grade.
Yeah, I really did. Crazy. And then I pulled out the yearbooks.
Yes.
And we found a picture of each other in there. And it was really interesting. I really did not remember that. I don't remember that time of my life at all. Mm-hmm. So I don't even remember meeting you there.
Yeah, I don't remember meeting you too.
We had classes together. I mean, I'm sure we did.
I think we did, because we signed each other's yearbook. Because in my head, I thought I did not know her in 9th grade, but we knew each other some way, somehow. So let's talk about our first impressions of each other. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who wants to start?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So I kept to myself a lot. I don't think I gravitated towards people that were very out there. Mm-hmm. So I naturally gravitated towards you because you were very chill and quiet, but you were also very artsy. So I was also kind of jealous of the fact that you were in all these clubs and you were in drama and you did art. I thought that was fun stuff. You were very creative. Mm-hmm. So I like that about you. And I feel like most people that I did talk to in high school, if I ever asked anything about you, do you know anything about Jolie? It was never anything crazy or mean or she gossips, nothing. It was only good things about you.
Oh, that
so I liked you. I liked you. You were chill, you were quiet, and you were just really friendly.
Yeah.
So I like that about you.
Thank you. That makes me feel good. Yeah, in high school, I was I did kept to myself, and I was really involved.
Yes, you were.
A lot of people would think I was shy. I was not shy. I was just
no, you definitely did not give me shy. You were very, I think you're an extrovert for sure.
Yes.
But you're an extrovert that's mellow.
Yeah.
You're not, I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah, when you first meet me, I'm a bit reserved. Yeah. And then over time, the crackhead comes out. But but in high school, the crackhead wasn't that present. Yeah. So enough about me. So let's talk about my first impression of Emily. As Emily mentioned, she's been quiet her whole life. I've known Emily since high school for a long time, and she stays quiet. She's very much an introvert,
Absolutely.
Hopefully you guys can tell by now. And I remember our high school, it was a bit weird. It was a little cliquey, where it's
for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty cliquey. And it's bigger cliques turn into smaller cliques.
Yeah.
So in the bigger cliques in our high school, you're either a smart kid or you're not a smart kid.
Yeah.
And I remember Emily was part of the smart kids. Yeah, me too. So you're either AP.
Not really sure how. Oh well, yes.
Yeah, AP.
I think I understand that. Because I enjoyed math and science, that stuff. I got ELA and social studies. I was
not yours.
I'm okay.
Yeah, so our high school's you're either AP kid or you're not an AP
now
kid.
Now that you say that, that's so true.
Yeah, it's a bigger clique, and then it goes into smaller cliques. So we were part of the AP kids. So I remember her as part of the AP clique kids.
Yes.
And she was smart. I remember I remember you being my first impression, you're really pretty. Yeah, I'm like, oh, she's so pretty.
Thanks.
Yeah. And your hair was always really long.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
And you were always very skinny and tall.
Yes.
Yeah. And you stayed that way.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Not as tall as I wish I was. I wish I was like 5'7" though.
Yeah, I thought you would be 5'7", 5'8".
I really was hoping for at least a 5'6", not even that.
Yeah, because you were like one of the taller girls.
Yeah.
Like you were not like
I wasn't the tallest.
Tallest, yeah.
But I was definitely in the taller group.
Girls. Yeah. And I remember she used to hang out with some of the popular girls, but
that was more so like sport related.
Yeah. But I remember you're not part of their cliques, but you were friends with them.
Acquaintances.
Yeah, acquaintances.
I didn't really have friends in high school.
I thought you did.
I wouldn't consider those to be friends, though. I feel like if anything, we're friends and that we hang out, we go and do things together. Like, I didn't do any of that with anyone in high school.
I thought you did all this time.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Oh, fun fact. We were not close in high school.
No, we were not close. Like, we just
which is crazy.
knew each other.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we had a lot of mutual friends.
Yeah, we did.
We had classes together.
We had science. We had lunch. Lunch was a good time.
Yeah, lunch. Yeah. And it's so funny, in our science class, we end up sitting right behind each other. Yeah. So I was like in front of you and you were behind me.
Her last name was before mine.
Yeah. And for 2 years, like for 2 science classes, we were like that. And we were
what?
We were the students. We would walk into class with food.
Oh yes. I cannot go. How many periods was it? 9, 8 periods, 7 periods?
It was 9 periods.
How can someone go, let's say it was 4 or 5 periods before you had lunch, and not have any kind of snack? Like I always had like a purse or something. Yeah,
you always had your little bag. You had a bag of snacks. I remember that.
I can't go the whole day without eating.
Yeah. And all we did was eat in class.
Yeah, probably. Because once we got to like physics and stuff like that, I just did not understand anything. So I was just eating in class.
Yeah, we were in physics and then chemistry. We were in chemistry and physics. And then physics together.
Yeah, physics was awful. I feel like we probably bonded more during physics.
Yeah, we were just eating and talking shit.
Yeah, it was just not. It's just not the class for me.
Yeah, it was not. I remember you did not like the professor. I kind of liked him though.
I just didn't understand things, and it was just
physics for me. Yeah, I remember you were venting to me a lot about physics.
Yeah, I hated it.
And I remember we got away with eating in class because the teacher liked me. I liked him too. We got along, so he didn't care.
We were very like
we were good students.
Yeah, we listened.
Yeah, we were goody two shoes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was definitely a goody two shoes.
Yeah, more so her than me. Like
for sure.
For me, I was just like, I was very involved.
Yeah, you were. I know. Go to school, finish school, come home. Like
and soccer.
Oh well, yeah. During that time when it was time for soccer, like do that. And that's where I was like with the popular kids and stuff like that. We never really did things together.
I thought,
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. Definitely not.
Yeah, and for me, I hung out with everybody in high school. Even the bad kids.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, people don't remember me hanging out with the bad kids, which is good. That makes me feel good.
Yes.
But yeah, so that was our high school experience and, how we met and what we thought about each other in high school. So now let's talk about how we remain friends. And then we can talk about how this podcast came about.
Right. So I think after high school, obviously everybody goes in their own direction with like college. Like you went far.
No, I was in Brooklyn.
That was in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
That was far to me. I went to Queens. Okay. Like I was pretty close. I was maybe 20, 25 minutes from my house. But everybody went their own way and like kept in touch with a few people. But then we would just through the years, like after high school, just randomly see each other. Train station, supermarket, on the street, walking, like just randomly. Yeah. And you were probably one of the only people I ever saw after high school, like just constantly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So because of that, then we just started like talking more. And I feel like there is where our like friendship really started more. Yeah. Because high school was like, we had the same classes.
Yeah, we were just acquaintances.
But we just like passing by.
Yeah, we weren't really close or anything like that.
I don't even know if I knew you lived right there.
Yeah, we did
not know that you lived so close to me.
Yeah, we found out we were technically neighbors after high school. Yeah, because the crazy part, in high school we weren't close, and we never thought that we would be friends after high school at all.
No.
Like the people I thought would, I would remain friends with in high school, I don't even talk to them, which is crazy. But as Emily says, yeah, we were bumping into each other constantly. Yeah, constantly in the most random places, random times, at train stations. We live in New York City, which is crazy to bump into someone at a train station, but it happens all the time. And I kind of believe in synchronicities. And say, what is that word? Serendipity? Yes, we said it together. Yeah, so I think that's what was going on. Yeah, so after a while of bumping into each other, we're like, let's be friends.
Yeah, we're like, let's hang out.
Yeah,
like, let's
hang
go
out
somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's what we started doing.
Yeah, and we live so close to each other, so we had no excuse.
Yeah. And I think through hanging out more is where we started like having like conversations, and we realized, well, especially me, because again, we didn't really like talk about ourselves, about like our interests, about anything like personal or anything like that in high school.
Yeah, we weren't that close. Yeah.
So we didn't like, I didn't know what your interest, well, I knew some of your interests because you were doing those things in high school, which was like the drama thing, and like I didn't know the extent of like what you were passionate about. So when we started having those conversations about what we liked, I realized very quickly that like we're like the same kind of person.
Yeah, we have like similar passions.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea she had those passions in high school. I just thought,
I don't think anyone would have known.
Yeah, I would have not known, because I just thought she was like a smart kid.
Yeah.
And most of like the AP and smart kids from our high school, they all went to STEM. So like, you can just assume, they went to like the STEM route. So I just assumed she went to the STEM route. Yeah. And then I found out that's not really the route you went to, and that's not really your passion. So it was like, it's kind of like shocking, like at first, but like we end up bonding,
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. We bonded over the things that we actually like loved, that we were like suppressing and like not really like telling. I feel like you were more out there with like saying like the stuff that you like the acting and like TikTok and Instagram. Like you were there. I was the person that was like, my Instagram was private. I post maybe once every year. I would delete all my posts like once every year. Like I never posted. I never told people like, you know what, I like YouTube. I want to start filming like YouTube videos, or I want to be an actor. Like I never told anyone. Yeah. I think you were literally the only person that knew that I had an interest in those things.
Yeah, and when I found out, like I was shocked, but we were really supportive of each other. And it's so funny, like the past 2 years or 3 years, we tried to like so we wanted to like make YouTube channels. Like I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm not really as active on it as I should have been. And we tried to like have like a accountability partner thing going on, where we keep each other accountable for like filming and posting whatnot. And
we tried.
Yeah, it did not work.
We tried. It didn't work because we have yet to still do that. But I think the fact that we wanted to do this, and we were kind of seeing like how we could keep each other accountable for this, I feel like that led us to this.
Yes, the podcast. Yeah, how did this podcast came about?
Yeah. So it was like, it didn't start off with the podcast. It started off with just being like, okay, let's be more consistent on Instagram, or let's be more consistent and start posting on TikTok or doing YouTube. And it was just like, yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to start this month. Oh, but this happened. But I can't
I'm busy,
now.
Work, this, that,
so it was a lot of that for like the past couple of years. But then, when was it? Like October this past year?
Yeah, last year.
We were like, she just randomly called me one day. And like, we're not people that like call each other. Yeah. We usually just text. Yeah. And she just called me, and I'm like, why is she calling me? That's
I think I texted you first. Yeah. I'm like, hey, are you free for a phone call? There's something I want to tell you.
I was like, what is happening?
I'm just like, because in my head, I'm like, I prefer talking to her about it.
It would have been so much more difficult if we would have did it on a text.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that you called.
And I end up calling her about it, because I'm like, oh, it's so important, like, because like I want to make sure like we, understood like the details and everything. Yeah. Because like on text you can miss some things. Yeah. Yeah.
So you just like randomly called me. And you brought up this topic about doing the podcast. Yeah. And I'm not kidding to you. I was literally thinking about this prior, because I was like, we're on the same page with everything. Yeah. Like, let's like start something. Like something that we can start together. Like we could do our separate Instagram, TikToks, YouTubes, whatever. but if we can start something that we work on together, where we both have a passion for this, I was like, this could work. And she calls me to tell me, oh, what do you think about starting a podcast? And I'm like, are you kidding me?
And funny thing is, like, I was like kind of nervous calling her because I'm like, she might not.
You sounded nervous.
Yeah.
You definitely sounded nervous.
I'm like, oh, she might not like this. And that's why I wanted to call you. Like, I was thinking about texting her and whatnot. I'm like, ooh, she might think I'm not serious. She might think, I'm just bluffing, or like, it's a joke or something. So yeah, I called her and I told her about it, and I told her like, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna set everything up, and I'm gonna, call you again in the next 2 weeks. Because like at the time I was like going through other things too, so there's other things that I had to like cater to, so I could not like really start everything on the spot. So I told her like, give me like 2 weeks and I'll set everything up. And I was like, in the back of my head, I'm worried. I'm like, is Emily gonna take me seriously? Is she thinking like I'm joking or something?
No, I definitely took you serious. I feel like you've done a lot of things. Now, if they're not where you expected them to be, like that's different, but you've started a lot of things. So I knew like getting in this with you, I knew we were gonna like end up somewhere, like look where we are right now, like literally right now filming the first episode.
I know.
So like I knew, and I knew you, so I knew like I trusted you, and I knew that this was gonna be something like special, that we were gonna actually, fingers crossed, complete.
We will.
So I was on board.
Yeah, and then after that, like after a few weeks, I started setting things up, and then like we were having virtual calls.
Yeah, we were having virtual calls.
Yes, we were having virtual calls. So originally the podcast was supposed to be with three of us.
Yes.
But now it's the two of us, and the third person, there's no bad feelings.
Yeah, it would be so cool if she just like ends up coming on later on.
Yeah,
like that would be so cool for us.
Yeah, and we could talk about how we started, because she was part of the process and helping us out.
It was hard because she lived in a different state, like really far away. She's on the west, basically the west coast, and it was just hard timing wise, and like it's difficult to do things, I feel like, online a lot more than it is to just be able to just do it in person. And then like schedules lining up, and we started this in like November, December, where it was like crazy with the holidays. Yeah, we were off of work and stuff like that, but we were traveling, seeing family. Like it was hard. It was just really not working out for us to just all get together and just like start something. So that ended up changing from it being three of us to just the two of us. Yeah. But with open arms to have her come on, like I would be so excited to see what she's doing right now. Like I want to know what she's doing.
Yeah, no, I spoke to her like last week, and she's still supporting us. She's still with us. So nice. Yes, and we're sending her love. Yeah. Yes. And yeah, so with that, we, like I said, I called you in October. It's like early October. Yeah. And then I think by November we started working on things.
Yeah, we started working on things.
And it was crazy because, like Emily mentioned, it was the holidays. Hard. Yeah, but we made it work for whatever reason. Like we find, days here and there. And we were doing a lot of virtual calls and like setting a lot of things up. So this podcast was, we started working on it since like last month. Yeah. last year. I said last month. Yeah, so it's been like 6 months of us. Yeah. Planning a lot of things behind the scenes. Yep. Yeah.
And then what, January? Was it January that it was just us two?
Yeah, I think December. By December,
like end of December.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we started this year off where we were like fully committed to it, putting in like the time that we needed, figuring things out, figuring out like the name, figuring out the topics, figuring out equipment. Like we were really getting into it because we really, really wanted to do this. And now we're filming our first episode. We have other episodes that we have lined up for like the topics that we want to talk about. And now we're just doing it.
Yes, it was a long time coming. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we prepared ourselves really well having started in October. But it just feels really good now that it's like
finally
happening.
Yeah, I'm so proud of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we can talk about what can you expect from us with this podcast.
What are we going to be talking about?
Yes. We have a lot of fun topics for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to make it very just like, I don't know.
Relatable.
Like, exactly. Like just topics that you normally maybe don't really hear that much talked about, like mental health. Like we want to really be open with what we're talking about.
Yes.
So we're gonna have topics of like talking about mental health, talking about self-care, talking about
health,
FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO. You want to talk about
we want to talk about
FOMO.
FOMO. We want to talk about relationships,
confidence, friendships,
exactly, dating. What else do we want to talk about?
We want to eventually talk about, some like deeper issues, like probably like finance and like we want to talk about quarter life crisis.
Oh yeah. I was definitely going through that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But yeah, we just want to talk about a little bit of everything, the deep stuff, the not so deep stuff. Like we want to have some fun episodes where we just like laugh and just talk about like just
light stuff, like have fun. Yeah.
But we're just hoping to just talk about everything that a woman kind of experiences in life, the different times that she might experience certain things in life. Like I know for me, I've been going through a lot like mentally. So like I'm down to just talk about all the things that I've been feeling because I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we had the conversations where I was like, oh, I'm feeling this way and I'm feeling like this and because of this not happening. And you're like, oh, I'm on the same boat. Like I feel the same way. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
really?
We didn't realize, we're going through,
I was
similar
so
things.
Alone in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just want to make everyone that's listening just feel included, feel like you're seen, feel like you're not the only one that's going through something that you might be going through. And we wanted this just be like a fun thing also to just chat. Yeah. Like you're FaceTiming. Like we're FaceTiming right now. Like that's what we want it to feel like.
Yes. And that's why we picked the name Candidly Cozy, because we wanted the vibe to feel like really cozy, like you're talking to a friend like over FaceTime, or we're doing a sleepover or something like that, where, we're just, talking about like deep stuff, things that you wouldn't talk to, with a colleague or
you wouldn't
whatnot.
feel comfortable talking to someone else about.
Yeah. So yeah, we just wanted to be like friends or like big sisters, young sisters or whatnot, and just talk about everyday woman experiences. Yep. Yeah. So with that, that's how Candidly Cozy came about. Yeah.
Took us a while to come up with that name though.
Yeah, it did, because we're both really picky. We're picky people. Yeah. With a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. But it kind of makes sense for us.
Yeah, it does. And I feel like it came naturally, and I'm so I feel like it, like you said, it makes sense and it's perfect for us because we're really detail oriented. We're really picky, and we wanted like the name to have a vibe to it as well.
Yeah, I wanted it to feel a certain way. And I feel like Candidly Cozy just feels like, I don't know, like a hug, like a nice time, and like,
yeah, you're hanging out with a friend and you're being supported. So that's one thing we wanted our viewers to feel. We want them to feel supported and included, and we want us to be relatable to them as well. With Candidly Cozy, we really like Candidly Cozy came out from a dream of us, as we were mentioning that we were both creative people. However, like the life path that we have taken is not really,
it's not the traditional one.
Yeah, we're taking the more traditional life path where we kind of had to forfeit our creative side. And as we mentioned earlier, that we tried to take the creative path and try to support each other with our YouTube channels and social media. But now that we're finally starting something for ourselves, and actually taking our creative side seriously, there's something we're really proud about, and we want to share that with the world, that it doesn't matter how old you are or how long you had a dream for, just go for it. Yeah. Even if you take a different path in life, even if you think you're too old, even if you think the dream was too long ago, just go for it.
Yeah. And even if you have people around you that are kind of like, what do you mean you're going to try to do this? Like sometimes in life, you're going to realize that there's people around you that will shoot down whatever you are aspiring to do because they themselves were probably raised in a way that they were told like that's not the way you do anything in life. That's not how you're going to earn any kind of money in life. But I feel like there's very distinct people in this world. You have the people that follow the traditional path of like going to school and getting their degrees and getting like their doctorate or becoming lawyers. And then there's people that are more on the creative side where their passion in life is to just share their everyday with you, to be an influencer, to influence you. And I feel like either one there's nothing wrong with either one.
No, I agree. Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people put a lot of shame on like people that want to do this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just say like just go for it. Like look at us. It's been years since high school, years since college, and we are just starting this.
Mm-hmm.
And if we would have started this sooner, I feel like we would have skipped over those years of like, at least for me, those years of like being miserable, those years of feeling like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life, those years of feeling like I'm stuck. Because like right now, I'm stuck.
That's how I feel too.
But like, just go for it. Just go for that dream that you have, and you don't have to tell everyone everything.
Yes, that's
like, just do it. Just do it for you. Just do it for your own sanity, and do it for the things that you want yourself to be able to do in the future. You know, like this could be something that will lead us to be financially stable.
Yes. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, when you start something. I think a lot of the times we have analysis paralysis, or we procrastinate on the things we want to do because we want it to be perfect, or we have this, you know, sense of perfectionism. Once everything's perfect, that's when I start. No, just start, you know, and then everything else will fall into place. Like for us, you know, it's our first time doing a podcast. Of course, we're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. But you know, as long as we keep going at it, we're just gonna improve. We're just gonna go up from there. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to feel like everything has to be in place or everything has to be perfect for you to start it or start anything you want to do. Just start, and everything else will fall into place.
Just start doing like the little things that you can do that will bring you those little pieces of joy in your life, and don't listen to what other people have to say about it. Just start it.
Yes.
And I think that's like the biggest thing that you can regret in life is not doing it.
Yes, that quote. Yeah, they say like
there's like another quote about that too.
Yeah, there's a quote. A lot of people say, I don't know how true it is. A lot of like older people, when they're about to, you know, pass and move on to the next life, they will say like the biggest thing they regret is not the things they did do, is the things they didn't do. Yeah, so we didn't want to, you know, have that regret in our lives, you know, especially right now at our age now. So we're just doing it now.
So yes, just follow your dreams. Just go for it. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to be rooting for you, regardless of the ones that you know that are not. Just go for it. This is the one life you have. So just do all the things that you want to do.
And with that being said, please feel free and let us know what topics you want to hear from us and what other things you want us to discuss. Or if you have any questions for us, feel free to comment in our social media. So everything is Candidly Cozy Podcast, or Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and Spotify. It's the same thing, Candidly Cozy Podcast. So feel free to share your questions and comment and like, of course.
Yes, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
For the YouTube.
Yes. And yes, we appreciate you guys for watching us. And yes, stay tuned and follow this journey with us.
Yes, we're very excited. Let's see where it takes us.
Yeah. Bye. See you guys next time.